It's Sunday the 7th of February 2016. This is a chart update for Saracen Minerals. I put up this chart a few weeks ago for Saracen. It's not a stock that I've followed that much. I never owned it. I still don't own it, even though I thought it was a very good looking chart. It's had this trend here. And it broke out above that heavily at the start of January on their quarterly figures. And since then, it's gone this nice little consolidation above this upper trend line. And that seems to be acting as a bit of support now, which is what you want to see. So it's an indication of potentially moving toward a continuation pattern. If there's one thing you want to look for, that I look for often on these charts of gold stocks in good uptrends, that really strong run. And if you're still trying to get on, and you think it's going to come back down, when you see this sort of flag pattern, that is one of the most bullish chart formations statistically as well, and is usually an indication of a continuation pattern. So to my mind, it's more likely to break out above this little flag and head up toward a dollar chart target, which is what I had said last time. And that also sort of coincides with some of the fundamentals about this stock when their second mine comes into production in a few months' time. It starts to move into that mid-tier category, which a lot of the institutional investors want to see. Lower risk, and it's still good costs. I think they're about 1,000 to 1050 maybe, all-in costs Australian. So with the gold price moving up, 1650, these guys are churning out a lot of cash, no debt as well. So if it breaks out, it does look a little bit overbought on the daily chart, and even on the weekly, I think it's similar. But that can go on for a while, and this looks like a really good uptrend. Potentially we got the previous high around 95 cents to a dollar. Looks like it could be going toward that. And the gold price action suggests that that's entirely possible. I expect on Monday we'll see a lot of moves in these Australian gold stocks. 5 to 7% I would have thought on open. With a move like that in the gold price up $50 from 1,600 to 1,650 overnight on Friday. There's potential for new uptrends here, and I think re-ratings from some of the some of the stockbrokers will be re-rating these gold companies just on a higher gold price as well. Particularly with the rest of the market looking so weak as well, the gold sector might start to come into focus. And it's important to recognise that if you're a gold investor at the moment, I don't think the broader market is really that interested in these stocks still. This is only a very small sector. And even if some of that big money starts to flow in here, that's when you're going to get these re-rating these stocks that even though they've looked like they've had good runs, they can still go a lot higher. And that's only in the short to medium term. Longer term with the gold price, I think the fundamentals supporting the gold price are very strong as well at the moment. I guess you got to be always careful for the turnaround in the gold price. It is heading toward a few potential resistance level, but the Australian dollar gold price potentially looks like could go to up to 1,750, I think. If you have a look at the other chart I've put up today as well, I've gone through that. So yeah, Saracen, I think it's a good company. Got that production coming online, that new production coming online soon, and the market really seems to like it. And this is a very aggressive chart pattern.